Ma'am, your voice is not coming.
Oh my God. From that time, my audio was off. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah,
Okay,
no problem, ma'am.
yeah, you remind me. Sometimes it may happen. I may forget to unmute. All right. Now we are students. We have completed 7 kinds of addressing modes. In this class, we are going to study remaining 3 kinds of addressing modes. The first from this category is relative address mode. In relative address mode, we have this instruction register, program counter. The content of program counter is added to the address part of the instruction register. Consider program counter holds a value of 825 and the address part of the instruction contains the value 24. Then how do we obtain the effective address? Effective address is obtained by adding address of uh, instruction part plus content of program counter. So what is address of instruction part? 24 plus what is program counter? 825. This would give us the uh, 8.
Relative address.
This would give us the effective address. This would give effective address. The mode is relative address mode. In relative address mode, what happens is the contents of program counter, this is our program counter, a register is added to the address part of the instruction. This is our instruction. In instruction, we have got address. This
एवढंच आहे का
address
सामान?
part of the instruction is
वाढते ना.
added to the content of program counter to obtain the effective address. All right. Index addressing. Yeah, please, students, please mute. Students, all of you, please mute. Okay. Okay, right. In indexed addressing mode, content of index register. Consider that there is an index register, I indexed register. There is address part of instruction register, this is IR. This is address part of instruction register. Both are added to obtain the effective address. Effective address is equal to index. Let us take index has a value 20 and here IR has a value 820. So 820 plus 20, this would give us 840, which is the effective address. All right, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Base register addressing mode. In this addressing mode, content of base register is added to the address part of the instruction. There is a base register. It has got some value, and there is a instruction register. It has got some address. Both are added up to obtain the effective address. Base register addressing mode and indexed addressing mode are similar. In what way they are similar? In index addressing mode, there is an index register whose value is added to the address part of instruction. Likewise, there is a base register whose value is added to the address part of the instruction. In this aspect, both are similar. However, there is a difference. What is the difference? The difference between the two modes is that the index register holds index number relative to the address part, whereas base register holds the base address and the address field of the instruction gives a displacement. Okay. Index register has 820 and instruction register has 820 and index register has 20. Both are added up to obtain the effective address. In here, the way in which addresses are stored are reversed. Here you will find 820 and here you will find 20. 820 is the base address. Base register holds the base address. Address part will hold the displacement or the index. And effective address is obtained from 20, which is from instruction register you obtain 20, and from base register you obtain 820, which is equal to 840. All right, students. Let us look at a numerical example, and then the concept would become more clear. The two-word instruction at address 202.1 is a load to AC instruction with an address field equal to 500. The first word of the instruction specifies the operation code and mode. The second word specifies the address part. PC has a value 200 for fetching this instruction. The content of processor register R1 is 400. The content of index register XR is 100. AC receives the operand after the instruction is executed. Pertinent addresses and shows the memory content. Okay, this one and we will place these side by side and try to understand. Look at here. We have these are the addresses 200, 201, 202. These are the addresses. This is our memory. It is partitioned into uh, blocks which has got addresses. These are our registers, CPU registers. At address 200, what is the instruction? Whatever is stored within memory, here you will find this instruction. This is also next instruction. What is the instruction? Load to AC. Tabular direct address. Load to AC, here there is no address specified. Instruction address 200 and 201 is a load to AC instruction with an address field equal to 500. PC has a value 200. In 200, we have load to AC. Load to AC is a uh, operation, is an instruction, and there is no address specified here. So what happens is uh, the contents will be loaded into AC. Let us look at direct address, first one. Direct address, effective address is 500, content of AC is 800. $500 is the address. And what are the contents of 500? 800. Here you consider 800 to be operand. In the direct address, address part will have 500. What is 500? It is the address of the operand. What does accumulator gets? It gets 800. because 800 is treated to be operand here, and 500 is the address of this operand in direct address. Moving on to immediate operand. Immediate operand means the effective address is 201 and the content of AC is 500. Two not one. 201 is what? 201 is the effective address. What will be the content of AC? It will be 500. 201 is the effective address, and in AC there will be 500, value 500, immediate operand. Try to understand, students. Here we are trying to look at numerical example of addressing modes. In implied mode, where is the address? Can anyone tell me where is the address in implied mode? Can anyone tell me where is the address in immediate mode?
Operand.
201, ma'am.
In immediate mode, where is the
Operand.
address operand?
Yes, ma'am.
There is no address, it is only operand. Very good. Very good, students. That is immediate. Implied? Implied means the operand is in accumulator.
Accumulator.
Okay. Implied means the operand is in accumulator. You don't have to specify the operand, you don't have to specify the accumulator name. It is implied. Implied means it is assumed by default. It is the operand resides in accumulator. Do you understand, students? Implied, immediate. Next, direct, you tell me. Direct means where is the address? Address is within a instruction. You have instruction. This is our instruction. This part is address part, right? This address part is nothing but the address of the operand. If you say 500, here when you go to 500, you will find the operand, and 500 you will find in the instruction. Is it clear? In this is direct mode. Effective address is 500, which is available in the instruction, and AC would get whatever is there in 500th location, whatever is there, that AC will get. In immediate operand means what? In immediate mode, the address will not be specified, rather the value. So if you take 201, address 201, in 201 there is 500. So this 500 is treated as operand, not the address. In immediate operand mode, this 500 is a operand, not the address. All right. In indirect address, 800 is the effective address, and the content of AC would be 300. But what does the instruction will hold? Instruction register will hold 500. You go to 500. In 500, there is 800. You go to 800. In 800, you will find 300. And you send 300, you store 300 into AC. This is indirect address. What is relative address? In relative address, the address part of the instruction is added to in relative address. Students, are you all able to understand? If not, please ask me. I am going to repeat it. What happens in relative address? Contents of PC is incremented and added to the, okay, I think I have not incremented earlier. Okay, contents of PC is incremented and added to the content of here. Here PC is having a value 24, so it is made 25. It is made 20, it is incremented. Okay, so I'm sorry about this. Let me correct it. This will be 25 plus 825, which is equal to 860. Okay, so here what happened? There is a value of 200 in PC. Consider IR has a value 500. So 500 plus PC value is incremented and added. PC value is actually 200 because our memory word is having a size of 2 words. Each memory location has 2 words. So PC when incremented would become 202, not 201. So this is 202, which is equal to 500 plus 202, 702. So 702 is the relative address, and when you go to 702, what is the value? 325 will be stored in accumulator. 325 is operand now. This is relative address. Index address means there is an index register 100, which is added to instruction register has a value 500. This base index register has a value 100, which is equal to 600. When you go to 600, you will find 900, which will be stored in AC. So this 900 is the operand. Register means you don't have to go to memory. In register, you will find the address. Here R1 has a value 400. So you go to 400 and get the operand value. R1 has the address value. Register indirect. First go to 400. First go to R1. Read the value. Go to okay. Go to 400th location. In 400 location, you have value 700. Now jump to 700th location. Okay, you don't have to jump. 700 is only the value that you bring into accumulator. First, what happens in register address? 400 is the address. Actually, 400 is the value. Okay, 400 you copy into AC in register mode. in register indirect mode, you consider 400 because it is indirect. 400, you go to 400 location, whatever is the value, that one you bring into accumulator. Auto increment 400 would become 401. Auto decrement 400 would become 399. This should be 401. Auto increment. Auto decrement is 399. This is the numerical example of addressing mode. I think you all are not very clear with this. So let us discuss them once again. Students, what is that you are not able to understand? Is it clear or not? If not, what is not clear? Please let me know.
Ma'am, erase all that and explain once again, ma'am.
Okay, but you all need to give me answers. If you don't give me answers, I assume that you are not understanding. Let us start from beginning. Okay, students, don't get confused. There are addressing modes. What is the use of addressing mode? That is specify the address of the operand on which computation is performed. What kind of computation is performed? Some kind of operations like add, multiply, subtract, and so on. Now, how to find the address of the operand? Let us first begin with direct address. You know that there is instruction register. There is an instruction register. What does instruction register holds? Instruction register holds the address, opcode, and mode. Right? You know about this. So there is an instruction register. This instruction register has opcode, mode bit, and address. If I say instruction has 500 in direct address, what does this mean? Tell me, students. What does this mean if instruction has 500?
Ma'am, that will be the address of the operand.
Yes. Now you tell me what is the operand. We have got memory. We have got addresses here shown on the right side of this figure. Consider that this 500 is the address. You are absolutely right. You tell me now what is the operand.
Ma'am, it is indirect now, so it will be 800, ma'am.
No, no. It is direct. First we are studying direct address.
Okay, ma'am.
So what is operand?
Yeah, 800.
Yes, very good. Operand is 800. So AC accumulator would get 800. Now direct address is clear to you all. In instruction, IR is instruction register. Instruction register has got a value 500, which is the address of the operand. In direct address, whatever you specify in the instruction register, that would be the address of the operand. And in this memory, 500th location contain 800, so 800 is the operand. Direct address is done. Next we will see indirect address. Okay, in indirect address, instruction register has a value 500. Now tell me what is the operand. Yeah, students, please.
Yeah, 800, ma'am.
Operand is 800. What is the value of
800 will be the effective address, na, ma'am.
800 is the effective address. In case of indirect address, 500 is not the address of the operand. So
It is address of the
500
address, ma'am.
address of the address. So you go to 500 location, you find 800. What is this 800? It is the
Yeah,
address.
800 is the address of that 300 operand.
Yes. So what is operand now?
300.
Operand is 300. Very good. Now this is indirect address. Do you understand direct address, indirect address with numerical example?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Now relative address. What is relative address? We learned to know here. What is relative address?
The content of PC incremented and added to the instruction of address.
Very good. That is relative address. To obtain the effective address, contents of PC is incremented and added to the address part of the instruction. What is address part of the instruction? 500. What is PC? Value 200. So what do? You increment it and make it 202. Why I am making 202? Why not 201? Because here each location is 2 bytes. Each location can hold 2 bytes. 2 bytes means you have to increment by 2. If it is single byte, you will increment by 1. Therefore, here you are making it 202. What is the effective address now? It is 702. Go to 702. What is the operand now? In this case,
325.
325 is the operand which will be stored in accumulator. Very good. This is relative address. Next, we will look at indexed address. What is indexed address? Can anyone tell me what is indexed address?
The content of index register is added to the address of instruction.
Very good. Contents of index register is added to the address part of the instruction. Which is index register here? This XR. This is index register. Because IR is instruction register, you cannot say IR to this. So you are calling it XR. XR is index register that has a value 100 and instruction register has a value 500. So 500 plus 100 is the effective address. And what is the operand?
Nine hundred.
900.
Yeah, very good. 900 is the operand. Now you are storing 900 into accumulator because 900 is the operand
Ma'am, can
in
you
case of
explain
index.
indexed address once again?
Okay. The definition of index addressing mode is that to obtain the effective address, you have to add the address part of instruction register with the contents of index register, which is denoted by XR. When you perform this addition, you obtain the effective address, which is the address of the operand. So in our example, address part of instruction register holds a value 500 and index register, which is here, this one, it has a value 100. When you add both, you obtain 600, which is the effective address. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you go to 600 location, you will find 900, which is the operand, which you store in accumulator. So we have done direct, indirect, relative, index. Next, we will look at immediate operand. Immediate operand means what? As said by your classmate, immediate operand is the value in the instruction is the operand. It is not the address. This is our instruction register. This instruction register contains 500. This 500 is what? The value. Okay, 500 is the value. It is in immediate operand mode. You don't specify the address of the operand. Rather, you specify the operand directly. Do you understand this immediate operand? So you load
Yes, ma'am.
500 directly into accumulator. Next, let us look at these four. Register. Register address means what? Uh, in register mode, students, do you remember here you have in addressing mode, you have learned that there is a register mode, there is a register indirect mode, there is a register auto increment, auto decrement mode. What is register mode? We will look at it once again so that you will understand it. In register mode, you specify the register bits or register address. In the register, you will find the operand. All right. In the instruction register, you have the register address. The register contains the operand, that is register mode. Register indirect mode means whatever is the value in the register, that is the address of the operand. So instruction register would have the register name. You go to that register, there you will find some value. That value is the address of the operand. You go to memory, read the operand. That is register indirect mode. Auto increment or auto decrement mode means you read the register value and then you increment it or decrement it after or before reading the contents. Okay, that is register. That is all about register. Now let us look at that with the help of this numerical example. Here register mode means what? In instruction register, you specify the register name. Consider that this is our instruction register. This instruction register has in place of address R1. In register mode, you go to R1 and you obtain the operand. You go to R1. What is R1? R1 is 400. So 400 is the operand you store in accumulator. This is register mode. Register indirect means, can anyone tell me for register indirect what is the operand?
400.
Is 400 the operand?
700.
700, ma'am.
Yes, very good. In register indirect mode, you go to register. Whatever is the value in register, that is the address, because it is indirect. Indirect means this is the address. Now you go to 400. There you will find 700. You load AC with 700. So this is register indirect. Auto increment, after you read, you make it 401. This 400 would not 1, sorry, it would become 402 actually, because here you have 2 bytes
2 bytes.
yeah, of memory word. So 402. If it is auto decrement, it would become 398. Okay, students, do you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure this numerical example and addressing modes are clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us
Ma'am,
hmm,
can you
tell me.
explain once again about that auto increment or decrement?
Okay.
Okay, that 2 bits difference is not getting, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, in register increment and decrement mode, which is similar to register indirect mode. In register indirect mode, register holds the address, not the operand. Register indirect mode holds the address. This address would give the operand. In auto increment mode, you read the contents of register, go to that location, get the operand. Subsequently, you increment the register content. What is the register content? 400. Next time, you have to make it 402, because in this memory, each memory word is having 2 bytes of value. Therefore, when it is 2 bytes, you have to increase the address by 2 every time. Consider that this is our memory. In this memory, you have 1. This is 1 byte of information, means 8 bits. You are storing 8 bits. Next, you will go to 2. Here you have 8 bits. Next, you go to 3, because you are incrementing byte-wise byte. Consider another memory in which you have 2 bytes of information stored in every location. In this memory, you have 8 bits and 8 bits, total 16 bits. So from 1, this is address of first byte. 2 is the address of second byte within this location only. So next time you have to go to 3, not to 2. So this 3, this is 8 and this is 8. This 3 and 4. Next time you increase to 5. Consider another memory in which you have 3 memory words. So if this is 1, this will be 1, 2, 3. Next time, what will be the address here?
4.
How many? 4. How many bytes? How many bytes you have to add to 1? 3.
3.
Why you have to add 3? Because in each word you have 3 bytes. Do you understand why we are making it 402?
Yes, ma'am.
Student, the one who asked me the question.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, students, what you are supposed to do in this week is you all have done microprogram controlled questions as assignment 1, right? This is completed.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you have completed. Now, central processing unit. Explain the journal register organization with a neat figure. Can you write answer for this? Tell me what is the answer for this? Can anyone tell me the answer for journal register organization with a figure? No one? We had this R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, R7 here. There is a decoder. There are 2 multiplexers, ALU. Now do you remember?
Yes, ma'am. Now, David. Yes.
That is general register organization with a neat figure. Write down the answer for this. Give an example of micro operation in the CPU. We have seen that OPR and SCLA, SCLB.
Select A, select B,
And
load.
yes, that we learned to. That is
ALU
micro.
also.
Yeah, ALU. That is the example of micro operation in the CPU. Take that example and explain. Describe the block diagram of a 64 word stack. Can you write answer for this? Like this one block diagram we saw for stack.
Yes, ma'am. Start.
Top
We
of
performed
stack.
push and pop operations on that.
Yes, like this one figure we saw, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Full empty TOS, top of stack, 0 to 63. That is this block diagram you have to explain in question number 55. Question number 56 is write notes on reverse Polish notation. What is reverse Polish notation? What is Polish notation?
Ma'am, we will not use operators in between operands, ma'am. Apart from that, we will use side.
Yeah, we will use prefix or postfix. Prefix is also called as Polish notation. No, postfix is called as Polish notation, and reverse Polish notation is prefix. Okay, I am also confused here. Let us look at it. Okay, we will look at from the beginning. Prefix is actually Polish notation. Postfix is reverse Polish notation. Okay, this one is the first. For first question, write the answer. This diagram and its description. And for second one, for second question, take this micro operation, this example. R1 equal to R1 minus R3 and this one and this one you have to do for second question. For third question, this block diagram. You have full empty 0 to 63 stack pointer. This is the block diagram of stack. And for fourth question, what is write notes on reverse Polish notation. So you write that okay, from here only. A stock organization is effective for evaluating arithmetic expression, and this is infix notation, and this one is prefix or Polish notation. Prefix is Polish notation, Postfix is reverse Polish notation. This all you have to write in this question. Write notes on reverse Polish notation. Evaluate the arithmetic expression using reverse Polish notation. For this, you have to write the answer here, this one. This is infix notation, this is reverse Polish notation, and how you are performing, how you are evaluating this statement using stack, that one. That is evaluation. What are the 3 types of CPU organizations? Explain each with an example. What are you going to write for this? 3 types of CPU organizations? Anyone can tell? Single accumulator organization, general register organization, stack
General.
organization. These are the 3 types of CPU organization, and examples are given here. This ADX, this add R1, R2, R3, add R1, R2. These are the examples of that CPU organizations. Next question is evaluate the arithmetic statement using. For this, you have to write this answer. Take this statement, x is equals to a plus b into c plus d. For this statement, you have to write this 3 address instruction, this one. Then this is 2 address instruction for the same statement, followed by this 1 address instruction for the same statement, 0 address instruction for the same statement, RISC instruction for the same statement. Okay, these things. And then you have to define and explain addressing modes. 10 are there: implied, immediate, direct, indirect, register, register, indirect, auto increment, auto decrement, direct, indirect, index, relative address, and base address. All those 10 you have to define and explain. Give a numerical example. Numerical example means whatever we learned today. That draw a memory, give the addresses, take some registers, put the values, and draw the table. This part. This part you have to explain along with this one. Do you understand, students? So for this week, up to 61 questions from question number.
Ma'am, only 2 days are left in this week, ma'am.
No, in this week means next Wednesday. Up to next Wednesday you have to write, because my class is on next Wednesday again, 10th March. You have more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9th March. 5 days you have. And how many questions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions are there. If you do 2 questions also on each day, you can complete. Okay, students? So this week means from today till next Wednesday, you please write answers for question number 53 to 61. Any doubts, students, in all that we studied? While writing, anyway, you will
No, ma'am.
understand more. Okay, then, students.